Welcome back. I thank you guys for all our followers that subscribe to our channel. I'm Ross. I'm one half of the Castle Valley firm where we talk about all things short-term rentals, all things arbitrage, and all things that's gonna lead to you getting some money. So today's episode, I wanna talk about OPM, or another word, other people's money. Now typically I see a lot of YouTubes about using other people's money and what you can do with it. A lot of people don't really go into depth. How I built my net worth and how I'm able to flip homes and get Airbnbs and furnish them. I use other people's money. I don't use my own cash, even if I can afford to do it. Let's say if something costs $10,000 and I have the $10,000 cash, why would I use my own money when I could use yours? I use other people's money to get ahead in life. I can scale faster. It's less risk because I'm risking their money instead of my own money. But it's a process to get to that point. You have to get your credit at a substantial. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't need an 800 to get access to $50,000 in capital. Roughly right now, I'm floating around. I think I got around 120K in credit that I can tap into. So to make comparisons with other people's money compared to using your own money. Let's say that if I'm a person and I have 10,000 to my name and I want to get into an Airbnb business, and let's say to move in and to furnish that unit is going to cost me $8,000. Okay, if I spend my own 8,000, I only have 2,000 left. But if I have a credit card, somebody else's money with 25K on it, I can go get 3 Airbnbs or 3 units compared to you getting your one. Which means that I start off way ahead of you, paying your bills on time. Matter of fact, let's back it back. Let's talk about the steps needed to even get to that level, to even get credit, to even get a line of credit, business credit, etc. Let's go back to the fundamentals. All your credit cards you have need to be under 3%. People say, under 10%, under 20%, under 3%. So for example, if you have a credit card that's $1,000, you don't want to spend no more than $30 a month. You can max it out as long as you pay before the statement date, before it reports to the credit bureaus. Keep low inquiries, under 4. The more inquiries you have on your credit report, it makes you look desperate. If you look desperate, financial institutions do not want to lend you money. Rule of thumb, if you look like you don't need the money, they give you more. If you look like you need the money, they don't give you shit. Or if they do give it to you, it's at a super high interest rate. Collections. You cannot have collections on your credit report. Charge-offs, you can't have those on your account. Late payments. That's the worst thing that can happen. So let's use an example. If let's say somebody have a 760 credit score and they miss one payment on their credit card, they just lost 100 points automatically. So what we do is, we build our profiles up. That can be with trade lines, that can be with, smaller accounts. We build our accounts up, get our accounts to a certain level, because just because you have a high credit score don't mean that you can still get access to capital. You need to have a history on your credit report of having those kind of accounts on your credit report. That's where trade lines come in. We use trade lines to boost our credit scores up, to make our profiles look like we used to dealing with this kind of money, so that when we do go apply for these cards, we get approved for them. And when we get approved for them, we use our cards, we use them to get Airbnbs, we use them on our flips, we use them to buy crypto. So moving along from Airbnbs, this is how we finance our flips. On a previous video that you saw, Amir, at one of our properties that we were flipping, a lot of that material you see there, a lot of the work being done is paid by other people's money. We're using other people's money to finance our deals. We're gonna flip the property, make a substantial lot of money off using somebody else's money. So, using other people's money can put you ahead of somebody else about 3 or 4 times. So while they working with their $10,000 or $20,000, you working with 4 or 5 times that amount, you can create what is called more cash flow. If you have more cash flow, then you can get access to more capital from banks. Banks love seeing accounts with strong cash flow. You get strong cash flow from using other people's money to fund your own deals. So we use other people's money to finance Airbnbs. The cash flow from the Airbnbs help us get approved for credit cards. We use credit cards to pay for other deals like flips and investing in crypto. Some of the most biggest companies, that you may not realize, they use other people's money. Amazon, multi-billion-dollar company, they don't use their own money. They use other people's money. Walmart, they use other people's money. Bill Gates and Microsoft, they use other people's money. They don't, even if they have what the item costs, if something costs $10 million, they're going to get a loan out on the $10 million because they have good credit, good business credit, great relationships to where they get that money cheap. And what I mean by get that money cheap, I mean they might get that $10 million on a 5 or 6% interest rate. That's nothing. It's less risk using other people's money. Jeff Bezos of Amazon, they use other people's money to fund their deals. If they want to expand their operations or get more Whole Foods or get more warehouses, they're not going to tap into their own capital. They want to use other people's money. So those are some examples of companies, big companies that you probably, use on a daily basis that they don't use their own money. People think because they are a billion or $1 trillion company, Apple, Apple, maybe $1 trillion company, they don't use their own capital. They use other people's capital. Just because they have the capital does not mean I'm going to use it. I want to use your money. Why would I use mine when I can use yours? So that's what the name of the game is. Using other people's money to make money off their money, to expand and build your business and expand your operations. It's key to, when you using other people's money, you have to have discipline, because people get these and they go to the mall, go shopping. But me personally, I don't spend nothing on these that's not gonna give me a ROI. A ROI means a return on investment. I mean, if I dish out $20,000 and I want a 20% return, that means I'm looking to get my $20,000 back with $4,000 added to it. Everything you see on this camera is paid by other people's money. This nice condo that I'm in, other people's money. The clothes that I wear, shoes, it's all other people's money. I use other people's money to make more money. My only goal is to beat inflation. And we're gonna talk about that in another video, about how to beat inflation, what is inflation, and how do we use credit to beat inflation. It's a discipline to get into this level. I didn't start out perfect. You don't have to be college educated. You don't have to have crazy degrees. You don't have to have 100,000 to start. I started with nothing to get to this point, and I'm steady climbing up because I understand how money works. A lot of people have good credit and don't understand how money works. A lot of people have money and still don't understand how money works. Once you understand how money works, you use these in a different way. You see the guys on Instagram, they flexing with the cash when they shoulder up to their goddamn ear. That ain't the flex no more. You know what I'm saying? Cash, when you sit down with a bank, if I sit down with Wells Fargo, if I sit down with Navy Federal or PNC Bank and I show them cash to my ear, they don't care too much about cash. They want to know what's your credit report, what's your credit score, what type of business are you involved in, what kind of job do you have, what kind of cash flow do you have coming in. That's what determines that. Cash is kind of pointless now, especially with, you already know, everything moving digital. The world is turning to digital. Cash is becoming obsolete. Cash is cool, but there's a saying, cash gets you in the room, but credit keeps you in the room. So if you want to be in the room, stay in the room, live in condos, wear nice clothes, make money off other people's money, you got to tap into the channel, man. You know what I'm saying? We giving y'all a free game. I'm no smarter than you. I'm probably, I'm a high school graduate. I never went to college. If I can do this shit, you can do this shit too. And I just want to motivate and uplift my people and let them know that it can be done and that you don't have to overthink the process. Credit is all based on algorithms. It's computer based. Sometimes people do hand review your reports, let's say if it's something big, like a big deal or real estate transaction. But typically for credit card transactions, it's going to be underwritten by a computer, a software. If you fit these different criterias, then you are approved for this amount. And you know, credit is the player way, man. Like cash ain't the flex, man. Credit the flex. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you guys like and subscribe to our channel, and we will be giving you guys more updates, more videos, more information on how to increase your life, how to get you some money, how to start you a business, how to get Airbnbs, how to invest in crypto, and how to get further in life, because who want to stay stagnant? That ain't playing.